Are you torn between the charm of DeLand and tranquility of DeBary? Well, in this video, I'm going to talk about the differences between these two suburban areas located in Volusia County that offers very unique lifestyle, different housing options, and much, much more. So let's have a look. Let's go. Hello and welcome to Orlando Living with D. And if this is your first time, press that thumbs up button, show me some love, because I bring you community videos all throughout Orlando, Greater Orlando, Tampa Bay, and now Ocala. And today I'm doing a quick comparison between DeLand and DeBary. They're both suburban areas located in Volusia County. When you talk about the location, DeLand is just about 34 miles north of Orlando, whereas DeBary is just about 25 miles north of Orlando. They're both very good suburban areas. They both have a lot of natural attractions. They are both easily accessible right through I-4 and Sunrail. In terms of the natural beauty, DeBary is home to the Johns River and Gemini Spring Park for outdoor activities, whereas DeLand has the Blue Spring State Park and also a nearby Lake Woodruff National Wildlife Refuge. They're both very different, and I'm going to discuss some comparison between the two so you can decide which of these areas is going to work better for you. So when it comes to real estate and real estate values in both DeBary and DeLand, they're not very far from each other in terms of the average median price. The average median price in DeBary at the time of the shoot is about $355,000, whereas DeLand is about $315,000, a little bit more affordable. You have all kind of real estate options. You have planned communities, you have single family homes with no HOA. The good thing is when you go a little bit deeper into the suburban area, you kind of get a little bit more bang for your buck and also a little bit more land, especially when you are in a community that does not have a HOA. So that is something to keep in mind. They have all kind of real estate. You have single family home, townhomes, condos, 55 plus communities. You have some communities right by the lake. So there's a lot of options when it comes to it. In terms of the DeLand real estate, it has a really strong economic growth. There's a lot of infrastructure that is getting developed, so it's attracting a lot of investors. The homes are still very affordable when you compare that to Central Florida, Orange, and Osceola County, which are the main counties. When it comes to DeBary real estate, it's known for more established neighborhoods with mature trees and a really nice suburban feel. It has a steady appreciation in terms of your taxes and also in terms of the value of the house. Now let's talk about school, hospital, and much more. So you're thinking about relocating to beautiful sunny Central Florida, Orlando, Greater Orlando area. Well, I've got a thing for you. Me and my team, I've spent countless hours creating this ultimate relocation guide that's going to help you and save you a lot of hours in the research, from top employers to top hospitals, and a boatload of information that you need to know before you make that move. I've created that ultimate guide for you that's going to really help you to kind of figure out which part of Central Florida you want to move to. And I have the link for this down below, or it's pinned to the comment, so make sure that you click on it and get that. And did I mention it is absolutely free? I hope this helps. So when it comes to the shopping and dining options for both DeBary and DeLand, they don't have a major mall as such. What they actually have is a lot of independent shopping plaza that host the major tenants such as Publix or Aldi or Winn-Dixie. So you would see that they're all kind of scattered all throughout. So when it comes to the infrastructure related to your day-to-day, groceries, your Walmart, your Walgreens, everything is kind of situated really well. They do have a DeBary Plaza, and then they also have a DeLand Mall, which is a smaller mall. However, you're not very far from the other major malls that are located just down the road. In terms of your dining option, it's the same kind of structure. Your local McDonald's, your Chipotle, your fast food joints, they're all kind of scattered all throughout on the main highway that connects the two suburban areas. You also have the Swamp House River Grill as one of the major dining option. You also have a Crest restaurant in DeLand. You have a Boston coffee shop. So you have a really nice setup in terms of everyday shopping and dining. But if you're looking for that very unique experience, then you may have to go a little bit more towards Central Florida, Orlando side of things. I hope this makes a lot of sense. And if you want to know more about something, we have done a specific video about DeLand and DeBary. It's in the community tab, so make sure you watch that. It's a little older video, but most of the things are still valid in terms of hospital, shopping, dining, infrastructure. Now let's get into the infrastructure and lifestyle that these two gyms have to offer. So when it comes to the infrastructure and lifestyle for both of these suburban areas, infrastructure and related to the transportation, they're both very well connected with local service. However, having said that, I do want you to know that there's not a very good local transportation system, and that's a huge drawback right now for Central Florida and Central Florida suburban areas. However, they do have the Sunrail that just got started, but the scheduling is very limited. So if you are going to rely on the local transportation system, you might want to be wary of it. So having your own method or mode of transportation would be a lot more convenient. However, if you work from home, it may not really matter. In terms of the infrastructure related to the lifestyle, they both have, one has a community feel while the other has a community vibe. They're both vibrant in terms of all the infrastructure related to public school libraries, the school, the hospital, the dining, everything is kind of there. They also have a lot of small parks, which is kind of very common with all of the Central Florida suburban areas. I'm in one such park right now in DeBary shooting this section of the lifestyle. So if you are if you are a young family, you have kids, there's only so much you could do while you can take them to the parks, and it is expensive. So it's kind of nice that you have these small local parks that you can bring your kids to and they can run around and do their thing. Hey guys, as much as I love doing these videos, what I love the most is helping families and people from all over the United States to move to beautiful sunny Central Florida, Orlando and greater Orlando areas. I have helped countless people. Whether you're looking to move next week, next month or next year, let's start a conversation. My information is right up over here. It can also be found in the link description. So let's start a conversation and let's help you move to beautiful sunny Central Florida. I have helped countless people and I look forward to connect with you and assist you in your relocation to this beautiful sunny Central Florida area. So when it comes to the infrastructure related to hospitals, doctors and everything else, with everything that is going on, with everything that has happened in the past, it is super important to be in a place or be in a suburban area or any place for that matter that has a good infrastructure. So when it comes to the infrastructure related to both DeBary and DeLand, I'm standing right outside the Advent Health Fish Memorial Hospital, which is actually located in Orange City, which is right next to, or which is just down the road from DeBary, and it also services DeLand and Deltona. It doesn't really have a main hospital in DeBary. However, you're not very far from the other hospitals, and then just down the road you also have the major hospital. The major providers for healthcare is Orlando Health and Advent Health. So these are the two major providers for most of the suburban areas. When it comes to DeLand, there is a full service hospital with medical facilities and specialty clinics spread kind of throughout. They also have Halifax Health University. They also have a lot of primary care, independent urgent care across or kind of scattered all throughout the suburban areas. In terms of DeBary, you have the Med Express Urgent Care, which is also kind of scattered. You also are not very far from the Central Florida Regional Hospital in Sanford, which is just located down the road. So it has a good infrastructure related to the hospital. Now let's talk about school, which I think is also super important, especially when you have little creatures like these two right over here. So it's kind of really important to be able to know what kind of infrastructure do they have in terms of the schools. So with my little guy just started to go to a pre-kindergarten, I know as a father of young kids, and I often say that as an old father of young kids, or a middle-aged father of young kids, it is super important that you have a great infrastructure when it comes to school, because laying the right foundation for the next generation is super important. So when it comes to the infrastructure related to schools in both DeBary and DeLand, we have access to both public schools. There are multiple public schools in both DeBary and DeLand. Some of the highest rated school for both areas is DeBary Elementary School. They also have the Reading Edge Academy, which focuses on literature and reading skills. In terms of DeLand, you have the DeLand High School, you have the Citrus Grove Elementary, St. Peter's Catholic School, which is just some of the options that you actually have. In terms of the infrastructure, they're all equipped with modern equipments and with modern facilities, and both of these communities provide you with some options. As a matter of fact, DeLand has a little bit more broader options because it's a little bit of a bigger city compared to DeBary, but you have some limited options for private education in DeBary, but you're not far from the other adjacent suburban areas that you can also take your kids to. Some of the top schools, as I mentioned, is DeBary Elementary School, which is where I am actually doing this right outside. You also have DeLand High School. There are programs that such as STEM program, which focuses on science, technology, engineering, and math. And there are programs that kind of just focuses on specific arena in terms of literature to be able to give the right foundation. Now let's talk about the infrastructure and economy of these two places so that you can decide if this is the right fit for you. So when it comes to that local economy between DeBary and DeLand, DeBary is more towards the local businesses. You have a lot of small businesses. In terms of employment opportunities, you're looking for job prospect more so in a bigger suburban area, maybe just down the road in Sanford, Lake Mary, or also Orlando for that matter. There's a lot of economic development that is actually happening in both of these places, and the local government aims to kind of provide subsidies for local businesses to come into their area so that can create more job opportunities. When it comes to DeLand actually has more of a corporate presence, mainly in terms of tech and finance. There's a lot of economic growth. It's one of the robust economy when you compare that to other surrounding suburban areas, and the local government here also is providing a lot of incentives for local businesses to kind of put their businesses in their suburban areas. Having said all this, what is it going to be for you? Is it going to be the charm of DeLand or the serenity of DeBary? Well, put that in the comment below, and if you enjoyed this video, please press that thumbs up button, and don't forget, if we have a brand new model home show channel called Orlando Home Show and Orlando Home Show in Espanol. Let's start a conversation. Let's get the ball rolling for you to relocate to any of the Central Florida suburban areas. And if you love this video, make sure to check out other videos that we have done about school, comparison, everything that you kind of need to know to kind of get the ball rolling, to get your feet wet. They are there for you. Thank you again for watching. Until the next video, bye for now.